I want to give you the top 10 best pieces of advice I can give you for successfully completing Whole30. One is that you need to keep your fridge stocked at all times of tons of fruit, tons of vegetables. You need to have tons of nuts, tons of potatoes, and absolutely everything that is Whole30 approved, because the absolute second that you were hungry, you're gonna say, screw it, just give me the chips, and you're going to mess up. Two, you need to have potatoes ready at all times, because potatoes become your absolute best friend and they are delicious, and you learn tons and tons of ways to cook potatoes. You can throw them on the pan, add some olive oil, add some salt and pepper, and then throw them in a skillet. You can bake them, make them nice and crispy. You can mash them. You can have sweet potatoes with your eggs. You can have regular potatoes with your eggs. So many things that you can do with potatoes. Always have potatoes ready to go. Number 3, plan. I've seen some people that they plan for their entire week. I only plan for a few days and I just make a lot extra, so I just have a lot left over in my fridge. 4, as you know, I am obsessed with wine, so I had to do a little bit of trickery to my mind to make myself feel better. So for one, I would drink kombucha out of champagne glasses, or I would drink them out of a wine glass, or I would put water into a wine glass just so I could feel like a part of, I don't know, just tricking my mind. Number 5, don't be afraid to eat fats. Buy avocado oil, buy coconut oil, buy olive oil. It is so good and it is so worth it. You don't have to use a whole tablespoon. You can just use a little bit when you cook, but don't be afraid to use fats, healthy fats. Don't be afraid to eat avocado. Don't be afraid to eat natural peanut butter, because your body will love it and will need the extra longevity of your energy, because fat is used as long energy and then carbs is fast metabolizing energy. So your fat, you will stay awake longer in the day with your fats. 6, you want to go to the grocery store and buy things that you love. Don't buy foods that you don't think that you like. Let's say, for instance, mushrooms. I hate mushrooms, and there are tons of recipes on Whole30 that have mushrooms, and I just won't eat them. I can't force myself to eat them. It's disgusting. If you don't like spinach, if you don't like lettuce, if you don't like certain things, don't force yourself to eat it if you don't like it, because then you'll quit and you'll think everything is disgusting. When actually, if you love fruit, if you love only one vegetable, eat that one vegetable. If you love certain meats, and it'll make your life so much easier. Number 7, keep it simple during the week. Don't try and make long, elaborate, crazy meals throughout the week if you don't have a lot of time. Keep it simple. Like I said, have stuff ready, already packed in the fridge, ready to go. Add just like a few things to it to change it up if you want to. For instance, use mustard one day or use dump ranch another. Try and mix it up that way, but leave the hard stuff for the weekends. Leave the more complicated meals for the weekend, also so you don't have that much cleanup, because when you cook at home, there's a lot of cleanup. So try and keep it simple during the week so you can be successful. Number 8, when you do make food, make a lot of it. Food is good for a couple days. You can have chicken in the fridge already made, you can have beef in the fridge already made, you can have turkey already made, so you have multiple options that you can go to rather than just sticking to one always, because if you stick to one, you might get tired of it in 30 days. And also you can open up your palate for different ideas. So always have different variation of meals. Make a lot of it so you can store it for the next couple of days. And yes, it does taste good after a few days. If you are the person that does not like to eat leftovers, you're making your life very complicated. Number 9, have condiments ready to go. Make that dump ranch, make Whole30 mayo, you have mustard, you can have liquid aminos. Those are the only ones that I had. I'm sure there's probably a million others that you can make, but I tried to stick to just the basics. The ranch I ate on everything, and I'm gonna keep eating it because it is so good. So always have those condiments ready, especially, oh, and hot sauce. I use Tabasco sauce. So always have those on standby so your food can taste good. Number 10, my last thing is follow all of the social media accounts. There's a Whole30 approved Instagram account. There's just a Whole30 account. and then a Whole30 recipes account, and they definitely help you so much. I didn't personally buy the book. I know everybody loves the book. They get all of their resources from the book, but you also don't have to. You can go to the website, you can Google Whole30 items. Google does become your best friend. I would just type in, is such and such Whole30? And so many forums come on and so many discussions happen, and it's there. So number 10, the most important one, use your online resources. If you don't want to buy the book, I don't think you have to. Sorry, whoever wrote the book, but I did mess up a few times. I think the one biggest mess up I had was I ate plantain chips, and they just changed the rule in like 2016 over the plantain chips. So I did have plantain chips, and then I had to stop eating them, which was really sad because they were so good. They didn't even taste like bananas. They taste like regular chips. I was like, this is too good to be true, and it was too good to be true. They were so good. Next thing I want to talk about are my favorite things of Whole30, my favorite food items that help me get through all of it. One of them is kombucha. I love it. I hated it at first. I think the one that I did taste was a lemon lime flavor, and it tasted like old beer. And I was like, oh my God, this is what it tastes like. It's disgusting. There are all different types of kombucha. You have to be careful. There are some with added sugars, some made with additional corn syrup. So you have to read the labels and just make sure. I discovered I love cherries, just regular cherries with seeds in them. Yep. I love them. They're so good. I love apples and almond butter. It was so good. I actually think I'm going to switch to eating natural peanut butter again. The other peanut butter is just kind of sweet for me right now, and I don't mind it. The next thing are Lara bars. I actually don't like eating eggs, so I switched over to eating Lara bars in the morning, and I just kind of would dip them in almond butter and I would eat them. There are some Lara bars that do have vanilla extract, and you can't have vanilla. That's another mistake I made. I had vanilla and I didn't Google it. Anyway, so Lara bars, there are a few that are really good. My favorite is the apple cinnamon Lara bar. That one is delicious. It has lots of cinnamon and it just tastes so good. Next, my dump ranch that I've made. I will put the recipe up for you here. It is the best creation ever. I don't eat regular ranch dressing. I don't eat regular mayo because of the dairy involved, but this one is good. I will continue to use this in my diet, so the dump ranch is amazing. Next is Tabasco sauce. I have to have hot sauce in my diet. I have to. So thankfully there are some hot sauces that are just basic spices, basic vinegars, and I was able to have Tabasco. That was the first one I found. I know you can have a lot more, but I just use Tabasco. Next is fruit. My favorite thing in the whole world. Pineapples, yum. Apples, yum. Grapes, yum. Grapefruit, yum. I was able to eat all of it and it was so good. Avocado oil is delicious. That's another thing because you make it with the ranch and the mayo. And so I had so much extra, so I just started cooking with avocado oil and it's good. I never bought avocado oil before Whole30 and it was worth it. I love it. Those are my top favorite things that I took from Whole30, and I've talked to so many people about Whole30 already, and I would say that I didn't like it during it. I didn't like day 12. I didn't like day 13. I started to like it at the end because I started to feel more energized and I started to just feel good and happy the way my body was. So I am going to continue Whole30 tendencies in the way that I eat because I am going to transform into eating higher fat, lower carb. So that was a really cool thing about my challenge that, you know, just kind of opened my eyes to the way that my body works, and my body loves fat. So I'm definitely going to keep a higher fat diet. Another thing is I am gonna have wine, probably not as much, but over the past few days Whole30 has been over, and you know, we went to San Antonio and we were kind of eating out a lot, and I felt like shit. I felt awful, and I don't want to feel like that. I like to feel good. I love to feel good, and I don't have a problem eating. The only problem that I had was having stevia in my coffee in the morning, Kodiak cakes, and drinking wine just whenever I needed a glass of wine. So I am going to stick kind of Whole30, and I love the fact that it has just opened up my eyes to a whole new concept of eating and all of these alternatives, and I just love it. The only one problem that I had with Whole30 is not being able to make an alternative form of a pancake. Reason why I have this, maybe some of you Whole30 people that are watching this video can help me out. If I can make chicken tenders, if I can fry them on the pan, or if I can fry French fries on the pan, what is the difference between doing that, making an alternative, a healthy version, and then making a healthy version alternative to a pancake? I don't see a difference. Yes, some people love the sweet indulgence of a pancake, but also people love the salty addition to French fries. They love chicken tenders. Some people love chicken nuggets. Some people love regular chicken tenders. And then you make an all healthy alternative, and that's Whole30, but the pancake is not. So I need some more insight because I am not convinced. Well, I hope you like this video. I love you guys. Have a great day. I'm going to continue my journey and keep going, and I will keep you posted. Peace.